Hi, it's Pekka from Superbullet, and welcome to build Superbullet. So Superbullet is about similar size machine than original Rockbullet. It has cabin about 400 to 500 kilos more weight. So its cabin has weight and all the other components, so it's not as light. But it's you can still take that around with a trailer. And I have now built one Superbullet this far, and now I will build the second one. And I will start actually with the cabin because it's fun. And over here you can see, and I will also because it's like some components are pretty simple for me to take from the subcontractor, but cabin is something that I have to make the first ones because teaching other person to make that would take more time than make one. Yeah. But over here you can see like my style. This is made with tube laser, and then I have over here I have threads. So soon I will be mounting over here components and then having like a puzzle. So over here you can see this tube. It's also cut with a tube laser, and I place it over here so it fits perfectly. And then I have also a hole over here. The reason for that hole is that there might end up some water during the time over there inside the tube, even little bit. And then if this is welded round, then it would be freeze and would destroy this. So when I have this little hole over here, then I avoid that problem. So details, how to make a good machine. I need that set, all of those components for one cabin. So the cabin it takes time to weld. I should have found some nice fixture, but that would cost so much money that for the first units I don't want to have. Then in the future I need to have. And then I have also over here those longer tubes. These are actually the same than in the Megamax. So I use the same tubes in two machines because person height is anyway the same. So when you are sitting over there, even a smaller machine, your headroom you need to have about the same. So I did have these bended just to make this nice. So at the moment I have at the moment like 5 projects going on. I'm not worried about that because I just need to have several projects that I have all the time work. But anyway, you can see this nice round shape here. So that is do that nice tube rolling. Yep. But now I will start to weld, and then I have less and less components in my property. So let's get started. So it looks like this. So after welding, my welding seam looks like that, and then after grinding, it looks like that. So I just grind it, and it's important in this stage that it has to be good quality, because later when I'm tack welding the full cabin, if I have all the components are a little bad, it's awful. But when everything is with perfect quality, it's simple. I have also over here roof. I did weld also this. And you might notice, for example, I have over here a hole. So when I have lamp wire to the roof, I have already hole over here. So if I make that now with a tube laser cutting, I don't have to then drill that later. That makes my life easier when I have that kind of stuff ready. Yeah, but I think we are more or less ready now. Just I have to finalize these all of, and then assemble weld cabin. That is like I think the most difficult part in all Superbullet. I should have nice fixture for that, and in the future I will have, but this one I will make with my horrible style. Cabin looks at the moment like that. So I make half and half. I don't have good fixture, so I have to put more in the floor. The floor is flat, that helps me. And it's huge, so that also helps me. Another thing helps me, so when I mount these, so I have bolts over here, so I bought this component, then I have these again like puzzle, and then I have these plates over here that align the component to correct position, and again bolt and component, and that style. At the moment it's Friday evening. I am having like Friday evening fun over here. Welding Superbullet cabin. That's my life. I could do something else also at the moment, but I feel that I want to do this. I'm listening good music over here. Of course I'm listening good music, but it would be kind of stupid not to listen good music. But anyways, so I'm welding over here and having like, I have to think a lot actually when I'm doing this and make sure that everything goes correct. But next step will be I finalize this plate over here. So this is like that is door, that is not door. And then I will use one of those. I will lift this over here, and then I just start to place plates over here and hope that finally I have like good measurements and everything is correct. Over here we have cabin, and it's not welded. It's just with bolts and clamps. So it looks at the moment like it should look, and I could already weld that, but it looks very nice. And over here inside you can all the time see how I'm doing. So over here I have bolt, so there was that thread, and over there also bolt, and all the components I'm just, even this one, it's with bolts over here. So I save a lot of hours when I don't have to measure, and I have all the components. So one thing also, because when you are making the cabin, it's easy like this inclined or some little stupid shape. So I actually built the cabin with these plates. For example, this and that plate. These are laser cut and bent, so these are square. So when I place these, those force the shape to be correct. Of course, later also I measure with tape measure. I take the cross measurements all the time to make sure that everything is correct. But otherwise, this is kind of simple. I still remember the first ones I did design. Those were like odd forms and like smaller plates, and it was horrible. Those were like painful to make, and it did really need professionality. But at the moment my idea is that in the future somebody else will weld these, of course, so in the tehokoneistus. But the difference is like, for example, okay, this is like long hours anyway, but the multiplier is, it can be 1 hour for one task or 3 hours. And the cost, because I have to pay per hour, and if that is really difficult to make, then it will be 3 times hours, and even like the hour cost would be lower, it would be more expensive. So saving hours all the time is the key. And I have over here a little more components. So I have to do this kind of stuff. So this is reinforced plate. I did actually spend a few cans of primer paint over here already. It don't look so much, but it's all the time. It should be like all the surfaces like this, which are hard to paint, should be already painted. So, for example, this will come over here. Yeah, it fits like the glove. And I will again like take the clamps and make that. So then this is also like not like vibrating, and it's also stronger. The strength actually for the cabin comes from these plates. So the key things which I have over here is, of course, one thing is that if something drops to the roof, and over here we have these steel bars, and also later, okay, over here you can see actually the actual like the roof plate. This time I already have the hose for the AC. I did also purchase AC to make sure that because it's just for this one model. But I have already hose over here, so I don't have to anymore drill and cut those hose. That will be so nice to mount. But anyway, this is of course steel plate over here, and over here you can see I have this kind of like hose where I will have like lifting hooks, and then I will have also protector over the AC and the roof, so that will also protect. But the big thing is of course, because if you tip over the machine, so it's like it wants to like go broke, but with these kind of plates it's more or less impossible with these weights. So these are so strong that those would be super hard to get like go to odd form. So design makes the safety. So I don't have to like think that if I would have just like these kind of plates around or something like that, and then like some welding seams would break, because over here there is no welding seams. So welding seams cannot be broken. And it also saves hours in this stage. Yep. At the moment I actually feel that I might start to even weld this stack weld. So I did want to just make this step is something I have to take hours, make everything perfect. I have to measure everything. I have to make sure that everything is perfect. Then tack welding, then final welding, which is actually already nice. And then we are having a cabin. Not so difficult. She looks at the moment pretty nice. So I did tack weld everything. So now I can actually move her around, and she should stay in form. She's still weak, so if I would mount her to machine and something would happen, it would destroy because welding seams wouldn't take. But otherwise she looks like she will look, which is awesome, I feel. Not yet roof, because I will place that later. What I will do next, I will just take her manually with 2 hands, and I will flip her around to different corners and weld all of these seams, which I have to weld. So there is a lot of final welding step by step. And then after that I will place, or even now, some components like this. This is which component which will keep it in the front frame. And actually the thing with these is that I will use the same rubber stuff than I use for the engine. So no extra more components. I have those always in my shelf, so it's smarter to use those also for this. Because if I would have like special component for everything, that would take, I would always be missing some component. But if I purchase some components, huge amount, then I usually have that. But the thing is also like my design. Over here I have this kind of little parts. I have this. I will just place this over here and weld. I don't have to measure. I save so much hours with this that I don't have to measure all the time, because it's about 1/3 of the time when I do it like this. And I always design for the mass production. So I don't design that I will make one machine. I design that I will make huge amount of these, or somebody else is going to build huge amount of these for me. Design, I did order anyway just one set of components. So again, like if I notice that I have to upgrade something, then I don't have tens of these in my stock. And also like this component over here, this is holder for the ECU. I have somehow feeling that my supplier did make minor mistake, because this will be over here, so an NC control unit, and it should go over there, and for some reason it's to the wrong direction. And I could claim this from my supplier, but most likely I will take of course the photo, I will check if that was my mistake, because then in the next time I will get wrong component. Okay, if that was my mistake. If it was their mistake, then I will just inform them that hey, there was this kind of mistake, but otherwise I will use angle grinder, open this, bend that manually, and then weld this over here. Because it's machine is full of these strange holes and everything, but I will be so happy in the assembly when I have all of those holes ready. So then it's like I just place component, it takes 1 minute or 2 minutes, and without those holes that might be half an hour. Yeah, but now it's time for the vinyl welding, and okay, I don't know is that time for me to leave my home because we are living at the moment Saturday. Saturday is not normal working day here in Finland. Normal people are with their families, but my family did take our car and did leave to the countryside. So I didn't have to go this time. Because I was thinking that I could do this and relax me over here. And my alternative for the fun. They did give me opportunity to do something weekend fun, and this is my weekend fun. But now I might leave to my home and do something else also. Not just this. Maybe edit videos. Sad. So that is final welding. Some people say that you don't have to go to gym because you are working like this. But in reality, I have to go to gym that I can work like this. So, and it also feels manly and great that when I like lift up this and like, it's not like in my limits. I can do that safely. The good thing is also that I make mini machines. These are not actual forest machines. These are still mini forestry machines. So lightweight components, everything is light, so I can manipulate this manually. But yeah, so I rotate because welding is so much easier when you have in good position that because metal wants to come down because it's liquid. So it's kind of hard to weld like this. It's so much easier to weld like this. So that's why I rotate all the time this component that gives me speed. And over here you actually can see like design is full of little stuff like this over here. First I will get hoses from here, so I have ready hose. Last time I had those over here, I did notice that it's not good. I have to manually drill this over here. So now I have ready ones. And then, because it's boogie comes over here and there might be like water or something, so then I need to have this kind of, over here I have some plate and this goes over there perfectly. So little details that I have now learned. And yeah, somebody might feel that I'm a little stupid that I show everything, but if you have to watch for these videos that you can compete with me, so then it's not fair anyway, because I know a lot of more stuff, and in the future, in the videos, you will also know more stuff. But I didn't give even I was planning, so my plan was to actually, I was yesterday even thinking that should I start to weld this cabin? Then I was like, yeah, I don't have anything else to do. I will weld this. And then I was tack welding it. And this morning I did start like final tack welding. And it wasn't so, that was in some degree even nice. And now it was final welding, so rotating this around. And now I'm already in the roof stage. So I use all the time these clamps. These are super good. So when you are welding, these are cheap, fast, and the also key thing is that start from the center. So have this tight, and then like go to the sides. Because otherwise, if you start from here and here, you will have roof like this. So that would not be so nice for the customer. I did also notice, all the time when I have my phone, and then for example, I did notice that over here I have a little mistake. So over here we have this hole, which is nice. So then I always have this correct spot without measuring. And then when I make the roof rack, I know from the CAD already that these are over here. So now I will most likely actually weld. This is just too thick, so I have to make this hole bigger or this more narrow, and most likely I will make this more narrow because this is 50mm steel. It's useless to have that much steel over here. Yeah, so again, like WhatsApp to my group. I have 1-person group over there, which is Superbullet development, and then when I'm updating next time drawings, I will look from there and update that, and then I have one problem less. Cabin looks now really nice. So I am happy that I did start to weld this, and now I feel that Superbullet is not so far away, because after this is ready, I feel that the rest just goes easily by, and I'm more or less ready for the paint shop in that way. Of course, I have to finalize this, so huge amount of the grinding. That grinding is important. That makes the quality. After a few years, you will notice that if I did grind or not, like these angles from here, these are super sharp. If I don't grind those, then they will be in that corner, you most likely rust. But now when I'm grinding those, so I try to do as good as I know. That is my target. And in grinding, actually, I use 2 different type of grinding material. So this kind of sheets, these are fast. Those cost in Finland about €3 per unit. But the problem is that if I hit to something, those get broken. And other style is this, because it's lamel. And these are not as efficient, but these last longer, and also these make smoother. So for example, if I grind, and I can grind these corners more safely and more smooth. So the funny thing is that those little things in my life are important. So those are hours and quality, and of course I want to make good quality with reasonable hours. But this time actually I'm literally the problems, because for some reason this time my subcontractor had Monday, or I did have Monday when I did send the drawings, because huge amount of the components are actually mirror-wise wrong. Made like this. I was planning to weld this, and it was like kind of strange that it's not like ignition switch will come over here, so it's in the wrong side. But at the moment I'm actually thinking that in reality it doesn't matter. I can have also over here, because the electrical wires anyway come from here top. So it doesn't actually matter which way those are welded or bent, but it's just nicer to have subcontractor who makes the thing like you want. Of course, in the design process, it's important to think that because it's a human who makes the bending, and they have Mondays or Friday evenings, and they are not like that. So the quality is not 100% when you have human. So like over here, this is more about my design then. So this component over here, you can see that over here I have 2 holes. So this is mirror to the 2 sides. So actually this doesn't matter how you bend it, it's always correct. And over here, so I have one extra, so this is for the diesel tank. I will weld that to cabin. First I have to actually test how high that should be. That is something I think I did forget last time to measure, because I should have over there ready holes, so I don't have to think or measure anything. Just like have over here little like things that come out, and hose over there in the cabin, and then just place this. So that is in my to-do list for the next Superbullet. Yeah, but anyway, so there is diesel tank over here, and the diesel goes down from this side, plump, down over here. So this hole, I don't need this. This is useless hole over here. And the reason for that hole is just that in the bending you don't make mistake, because otherwise if I wouldn't have that extra hole, the person who is bending, they have Monday, they make bad quality, and then I have the hole only in this side, and then I have to drill it to that side, and it takes hours. So it's like easily 15 to 20 minutes total that you have to go look for the tool and like do everything instead of just welding that. Yeah, at the moment, this is I will next do something else, because I have to go to Suoninjoki to tehokoneistus where I will assemble first lock-bullet now. So I did just load my truck, and so it's on the straps and it's 100% ready for the driving. So then in the morning I just come over here, start the truck and start driving. So that will be the next video that I'm over there. So I hope you did like the video. If you did like the video, please give thumb up. And if you think that, of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. And if you think you have some friend or like in some Facebook group people who might like about this kind of subject or any other this bulletin board or something, please post these over there so then people can find these and they can have nice time with a relaxing time watching when somebody's doing capping. Yeah, but I hope you did like the video. Thumb up, thanks and bye.